I have gone through the solar plexus gate and I got my Tesla plates back. So I'm so excited about that. Like I was saying in the previous video, I feel like I've really grown a lot spiritually and I feel a lot more protected in my own, but I'm happy to have the extra protection too and to see, I am interested to see if I feel more protected or not. So it is going to be interesting because, it's been months since I had my Tesla plate protections. I also have some square ones that I sleep with and stuff like that. So I know I can be crazy, but so that was my solar plexus gate, my protection, and we are going to discuss through this solar plexus gate the rights of the solar plexus, the rights that we should embrace for walking through the solar plexus gate. So, our solar plexus is a masculine energy. It is our get up and go energy. It's our inner fire. It's our inner solar. It's our inner sun. It is our sun. It's where our star energy comes from. Our inner solar sun energy is in our solar plexus. There's different rules of thought about where it's located, but it's definitely located between the belly button and the diaphragm. That is our inner solar energy. A lot of people don't know this, but it is tied to our mind and our decision making because science has proven that there are neurological cells in the solar plexus area in our gut. So yeah, it's our knower. There's certain rights that the solar plexus gives us that we can embrace. And I want to encourage everyone to embrace these solar plexus rights. So the first solar plexus right that I want to encourage everyone to embrace is the right to have energy. The right to get up and go, to have energy, to have passion, to have drive. You have the right to your inner energy, your inner drive. The sun, this is our inner sun, and the sun is very energetic. It doesn't ask anybody to do a solar flare. It just does it, The sun, and the sun is also very steady and true. So we can look to the sun for how we should maintain our inner solar energy. Try to reach for the ability to maintain your inner energy, your inner passion, your inner drive in a steady and true way. And in our culture today, where I'm from, we have a tendency to want to drink coffee, and it makes our energy and drive increase, but then we crash back down and we have to drink coffee and rise and then crash back down. And that's looking to an outside source, and that's not taking control of your inner drive. So you have your inner drive and you are in control of that. You choose whether you want to give it away to coffee or if you want to try to embrace it and find a more steady and true way to express your energy, your drive, your passion. So that is the first right that we have, is the right to our energy and drive and our passion, which you have the right to choose to give it away to coffee and to rise up and crash and rise up and crash. You have that right. It is your right to choose what you want to do and how you want to maintain your inner energy and your inner drive. So that's the first right that I will talk about, that we're talking about today. So the second right that I want to talk about is your right to act or not act willfully. So you have a right to take action or to choose not to take action willfully. You have a right to decide whether you want to act and decide if you don't want to act, You have the right to that too. So what I'm talking about is willful action, not manipulated action or action that you feel like you have to take. This is actions that you have the right to take willfully. You have a right to decide for yourself whether you want to act or not act, because sometimes it's a willful action. It takes willpower to not act, to not do, whenever everybody's saying that you should go and do, but you have a gut feeling that you shouldn't, and you don't, and you hold yourself back. That's using your power. You have the power and the right to act or not act willfully with your power. So hopefully you can see that. Can you embrace your right to act willfully? And the third one that I will talk about is it's a lot like the second one. I feel like the second one kind of leads into the third one. So the third one is you have a right to make choices to your preferences. You have a right to decide what you want to do, what you don't want to do. You have a right to decide what you like to eat, what you don't like to eat. You have a right to your choices. You know, in today's society, we tend to, belittle people jokingly by telling them, like, if they don't like something, we'll just be like, oh, well, you're a commie, you're a Nazi, or something like that, because they don't like something to eat or something. And it's not really that funny. I don't know why people do it, but yeah, you have a right to your choices. You have a right to like what you like and to not like what you don't like. You have a right to say, I don't like that. So you have a right to your preferences, your choices. And can you embrace your right to make choices, to have your own preferences? Here's a test for this. Can you go to a restaurant and figure out what you want to eat? If you can do that, then you're probably good at having your preferences. But if you're one of those type of people that can't decide what you want to eat at places, then what I would say is just jump in and pick something. Just pick something, and you know what? If it's the wrong thing, if you find that you don't like it, well, now you know what you don't like and what you're not going to pick next time. And then just pick something else next time. And if you do find something that you do like, then maybe you want to stick to it for a while. But I do encourage you, if you don't make choices, to just get out there and make choices, and don't worry about if it's the right or wrong choice, because when you make the choice, then you learn to make a better choice next time, and you begin to build that choice muscle within you. So please embrace your right to make choices and to have your preferences. And the fourth right that the solar plexus gives us is, just like the sunshine, we have the right to shine, to be seen, to show ourselves, to show off what we can do. We have a right to show ourselves and to be seen. Just like the sun doesn't care if you want the sun to rise that day or if you want the sun to just go away that day. The sun will rise steady and true every single day and shine regardless if there's clouds over it or not. The sun is still behind those clouds, shining steady and true, not caring about what you think, what anyone else thinks, or what the clouds are doing. So that's how we should shine. We don't need to care what anyone thinks. We just need to shine our bright light, because everyone has a unique bright light that I feel humanity needs to see, and we all have a unique contribution to humanity that we can make. So we can't do that if we're not letting our light shine. So definitely you have the right to shine your light. One way to be able to tell if you're able to embrace this right or not is, are you able to take a compliment? If it's hard for you to take a compliment, then you can't embrace your right to shine. You might have some fear around being seen. So, and the second one is, do you like being in photos? If you always want to be outside of photos, then you probably have a fear of being seen. So one thing that I would say is just try to put yourself out there more. Just allow yourself to be seen. Baby steps, Take it easy. You don't have to go out there and be the social media star tomorrow. I'm not saying that. But begin by taking some selfies and maybe just showing them to friends, and begin by giving yourself compliments in the mirror and trying to really feel into how it feels to receive compliments from yourself first and then from others. So hopefully you can embrace your right to be seen, your right to show your uniqueness, and your right to shine bright. And the fifth and final right that I am going to talk about, that I feel our solar plexus gives us, is the right to self-care, the right to put yourself first. I think that there's a reason why the solar plexus comes before the heart, because I feel like we have to be able to take care of ourselves before we can really take care of others. I know that in my community that I'm in, the empath community, I do know that we love taking care of others. We love making others feel good because we can feel them and we want them to feel good. And we feel like that there's no way that we can feel good until we do something to make them feel good, because we can feel them. But it's not true at all, at all. In fact, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not able to really get them to a place of feeling good, not in any constructive or good way. So it's far better when you allow yourself to take care of yourself and you fulfill your self needs, and then you're able to give from a full cup. You're able to give more efficiently, you're able to give more lovingly, you're able to give more compassionately, and in a way that makes a real world difference. So please, please, please embrace your right to self-care. I'm not talking about selfishness here. I'm not talking about self-indulgence where you only care about yourself at the expense of everyone around you. That's something completely, completely different. I'm talking about taking care of yourself and taking the time that you need for you before you even think about taking care of anyone else. You might have many people that depend on you. Well, they depend on you to take care of you and for taking your time for self-care even more then. If you have people depending on you, then it is even more. It's like an obligation that you embrace your right to self-care and to self-nurture. It shouldn't be all the time, 24/7, but you should definitely have daily time to yourself, at least a daily hour to yourself, where you're able to take care of your needs and to make sure that your cup is full so that you can give, like I said, more lovingly and completely. So those are your 5 solar plexus rights, everybody. I will go over them really quick before we move on to the light qualities. So the first one is the right to have energy, inner passion, the right to your passion, the right to your energy. Number 2, the right to act or not act willingly, your willpower, the right to your willpower. Number 3, the right to have preferences, the right to make choices, the right to your preferences. Number 4, the right to shine, to be seen. You have the right to be seen. And number 5, the right to honor yourself, the right to self-care. So can you embrace these 5 solar plexus rights And if you can't embrace them all, that's okay. Be loving and nice to yourself, understand where you are. It's so great whenever you can see where you are, because then you can figure out where you want to go and know how to get there. So just notice where you're at, and yeah, let me know in the comments. Can you embrace these 5 solar plexus rights? Or is there any rights that you think the solar plexus gives us that I didn't mention? Okay, so to wrap up the video, I do want to talk about the 3 light qualities that the solar plexus gives us. While Venus was in her morning star phase, we were going through the gates and looking at our shadow and looking and embracing our shadow more and more. So now, as Venus is in her evening star phase, as we go through the gates, I want us to look more and more at our light and to embrace our light. So shadow qualities are qualities that the world teaches us that are bad. So if we said that we are these, then somebody's gonna be like, well, you're a bad guy. That's bad. They're qualities within ourselves that we're like, oh, I don't want to be bad. So you push them to the side, even though you are those. Like a liar. You don't want to be a liar, but you probably lie sometimes, So it's a shadow quality. You put it in the shadow. A light quality is a quality that society would deem as good. So if you said, I am this, society would be like, oh, you're a good guy. You're such a good guy. You have that quality. So that's what a light quality is. So the 3 light qualities of the solar plexus that I want to talk about is number 1, courage, bravery. Yes, courageous. To have the quality of being courageous. That is a light quality. You would say that's a good guy, right? Yes, courage. Courage is the ability to move forward even though you're afraid. We think that courage is the ability to conquer fear, to overcome fear, to, be like, I'm not afraid, I'll go do it. That's not courage. Courage is the ability to be afraid, to know that I might not make it, it's not the best situation always, but to go and do it anyway, to move forward in the face of fear. That is courageous, and that is one of the light qualities that our solar plexus gives us for sure. And the second light quality is protector. The quality of being protective. That comes from our solar plexus. It's our protector energy. And it is a good thing, to be a protector. We love our protectors, right? Well, if they do right, if they protect us right, we love them, right? So, yeah, it's a good thing to be a protector. So, one of the good qualities that our solar plexus gives us is the ability to protect. So, yeah, there's your second light quality. And the third light quality is your ability to be your unique self. Your unique identity is like a part, it's like a quality, your uniqueness comes from your solar plexus. Because remember how your solar plexus gives you the ability, the right to make choices, to have preferences, the ability to have what you like and not like what you don't like, the ability to do what you want to do and to not do what you don't want to do. That creates the unique you. And like I said, it's also our knower. So the solar plexus gives us the ability to know thyself. So that, I feel, ties into the light quality. Or maybe it could be a fourth light quality, is to know thyself. So number 3 is the ability to be the unique you. And number 4 would be to know your unique self, to know thyself. They kind of tie in. So it's 3 or 4, So 3 or 4, you decide, whatever. I say it's 3 light qualities. So the 3 light qualities, just go over them really quick before we end this video, is courage, protector, and unique self. So those are your 3 solar plexus light qualities and your 5 solar plexus rights. I hope that you can embrace these rights and light qualities and move forward with confidence and grace. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. And as always, be blessed with love.